this thing working now? You guys hear me all right? Hope this is working now. There we go. There we go. This thing did not want to cooperate this morning. My Go XLR is like on the fritz. Anyways, good morning. Sorry, today is a hectic day. My kids are both up as well. So this might be interesting. If I get little visitors, you know why. All right, Mr. Matt Electron, what's up, buddy? Good to see you. Rud Puts, the pirate. We have the veteran miner. He actually has a big day today. I think you're doing your first live stream, right, Mr. Veteran Miner? I will show your channel after this. Let me know where it's going to be. Alexander, what's up, man? Retro Mike. We have Overboard Tech. What's up, buddy? Automatic Beats, Leo Lusting. Who else? Steven Cicero, Yeti. Who else? Let's see. I don't think anybody else. Did I miss anyone? I apologize if I missed you. Crypto Craig, what's up, buddy? Sloth Squash. All right, let's get into this now that my Go XLR is working. Let's see. All right, let's check Coin 360. I apologize, guys. Today's like, I am all over the place. All right, look at the green market. Damn. ETH is over 1900. That's amazing. 28,574 for Bitcoin. Dogecoin is still at 9 cents, almost 10 cents. Awesome. We have XRP at 51 cents. Jeez, look at that. Holy hell. Look at that. Crazy. And Litecoin. God damn, we're at 94 bucks. Hell yeah. All right, Crypto Bubbles on the day. Who is the leader? Let's see. Looks like this one, GMX, whatever that is. I don't know. Caspa's down 3.3%. And yeah, everything else is just pretty much normal on the week. This SXP and Doge, Caspa. Yeah, everything looks pretty legit. Fear and Greed Index, we're looking at 62. And the top 10 coins, let's check them out. Let's just refresh real quick. Bitcoin, Ethereum, Tether, BNB, USD Coin, XRP, Cardano, Dogecoin, Lato Staked Ether, and Polygon in 10th. Let's see. Zapirate, thanks for being a member for 8 months, dude. You're awesome. AI will make people crazy. Yeah, so I found a couple articles this morning over here. So this is what we'll start with. I'll read through this quick. I'm just going to kind of pump through this today, and then we're going to watch Altcoin Daily's video, which is kind of interesting. He's got some do you guys remember back in the day when we were kids, Pogs? Does anybody remember that in the chat? Did you have Pogs? Because I guess they are making NFT Pogs now, or they have been for a little while, about a year or so, but on the Polygon, or the on the Solana network, I think, and now they're coming over to Ethereum. So I don't know, it's gonna be quite interesting. But either way, let's read through this stuff right here, the main topic of today. So it says US President Joe Biden urges tech firms to address risks of AI. President Biden urges technology companies to prioritize secure AI products before public release, stressing the need to address potential risks to society, national security, and the economy, which is kind of interesting. So we'll go on and read this real quick. Lazy Joe has a lot to say. Let's see. I had hundreds of tubes of Pogs. Dude, you remember that? I remember I never well, I had a few of them, actually. I think they were like knockoff ones, though. I don't think they were actually Pogs. But I remember my buddy, like his brother, had like a whole bunch, like those long ass tubes. All right. United States President Joe Biden stated on Tuesday that the safety of artificial intelligence, AI, is still uncertain, and emphasized that technology firms should ensure their products are secure before releasing them to the public. It says during a meeting with science and technology advisors, Biden acknowledged that AI could be beneficial in tackling issues such as disease and climate change. However, he stressed the significance of addressing possible risks to society, national security, and the economy. At the beginning of the meeting with the President's Council of Advisors on Science and Technology, he stated that the technology companies must ensure their products are secure before releasing them to the public. When questioned about the potential hazards of AI, he replied, in quotations, "It is yet to be determined. There is a possibility." I wonder if that was on his prompter or if he just like, had a stroke moment. Anyways, according to the president, social media has already demonstrated the negative impact that powerful technologies can have in the absence of appropriate measures to protect against them. In quotations, it says, "Absent safeguards, we see the impact on the mental health and self-images and feelings and hopelessness, especially among young people," Biden said. End quote. Let's see. What are you guys saying in the chat? What are you guys saying? Geek of all trades, what's up, buddy? Good to see you. Who is he kidding? Creepy Joe can't even spell AI. That's messed up. Anyways, he repeated his call for the US Congress to approve nonpartisan privacy laws that limit the personal data gathered by technology firms, prohibit child-targeted advertising, and gives priority to health and safety in product development. The Center for Artificial Intelligence and Digital Policy, a technology ethics organization, recently urged the U.S. Federal Trade Commission to prevent OpenAI from releasing new commercial versions of GPT-4, a language model that has both impressed and alarmed users due to its human-like capacity to create written responses to prompts, which is kind of crazy. Yeah, AI is one of those things, man. It's gonna rule the world. You're gonna have to jump on board somehow, right? So I want to see how it would be really interesting to see if you could get AI to create an entire business model for you and like actually just make money with AI. It'd be interesting to see somebody do it. I mean, I'm sure there's probably already people doing it, but just to come out and talk about it. All right. So we have another AI topic right here today. This is kind of why I brought up the AI thing, made it the title. Says multiple U.S. state regulators allege AI trading DApp is a Ponzi scheme. So it says the scheme allegedly claimed it could generate returns up to 2.2% a day by leveraging AI to trade more often and with higher profits than a person could. Quite interesting. All right, so let's see. It says securities regulators from Montana, Texas, and Alabama have jointly filed enforcement actions against cryptocurrency trading platform YieldTrust.ai, alleging it is perpetuating a Ponzi scheme. According to the April 4th statement from the Montanan, Texan, and Albanian regulators, Alabamian? Is that how you say that? Alabamian? Why does everybody add the Ian at the end? It's so weird to me. Me and Rondi had this conversation about Delawarean, because apparently that's a thing. And Floridian. It's ridiculous. Anyways, regulators, YieldTrust.ai and its Romanian owner, Stefan, whatever the hell his name is, claimed the decentralized application DApp called YieldBot is powered by cutting-edge artificial intelligence, and it's capable of executing 70 times more trades with 25 times higher profits than any human trader could, which I actually believe that. Do you guys have any experience trading? I wonder if I mean, I'm sure you can make crazy gains if you could create a bot to trade for you. I mean, there's people do it every day, but like AI bots, that would be just top notch, and I'm definitely in on it, so let me know. All right, so let's see. The regulators alleged Yield Trust didn't provide any proof to investors that the artificial intelligence AI powered bot exists, let alone that it is performing at the level YieldTrust.ai claims. Montanan's regulator stated in its cease and desist order that YieldBot was developed for Binance's BNB Smart Chain and could interface with staking programs to generate returns for new investors of up to 2.2% per day, though it says analyzing the crypto markets and in milliseconds make its own trading decisions autonomously, choosing from hundreds of trading methods and chaining them together to create unique strategies, achieving an exhilarating performance. That's crazy. However, the state regulators claimed an independent firm that conducted an audit of YieldBot's smart contract found it was dangerous, as the development team retained sufficient control to block users from withdrawing their assets. What a bunch of dicks. As noted by the regulators, statements and highlighted an April 4th tweet from Montanan's Securities Commissioner, Troy Downing, scammers are apparently capitalizing on the hype surrounding AI by developing high-tech ploys to deceive investors. Interesting. I'm not going to read that. I don't think I need to. It says, in order for Montanan's regulator demands YieldTrust.ai cease and desist all activity in the state and seeks a total of 100,000 in fines, while the Texas State Securities Board issues multiple cease and desist orders. Damn. After the audit of its smart contract was published, Yield Trust AI allegedly announced it would cease operations, which appears to be verified by the lack of trading activity, according to DApp radar data. Interesting. Look at that. Dead in the water. All right. However, the regulators order accuse Yield Trust.ai of raising capital from public to cover withdrawals from prior investors, which, alongside the promise of high returns, are the characteristics of a Ponzi scheme. Yield Trust.ai website has been taken offline and its Twitter account deleted. Cointelegraph was unable to contact Yield Trust.ai or whatever his name is for the comment. Let's see. AI has become far more prominent, accessible, and surrounded by hype since the release of ChatGPT AI chatbot on November 30th by AI research company OpenAI. Despite its inaccuracy at times, ChatGPT has proved to be a powerful tool, with the latest version capable of passing the bar, acting SATs, and even identifying exploits in smart contracts. That's freaking crazy. It could pass the bar. Oh, and acing SAT. Sorry, I said acting. Acing SATs. That's crazy. That is crazy. Interesting. Well, anyways, we all know AI is it's doing good things. There's one more article I want to read. It's not about AI though. Actually, the Cash App guy got murdered. Did you guys hear that? He got stabbed in San Francisco. Look at this. This was 6 hours ago. So it says Bob Lee, the creator of Cash App and the former technology chief at Square, has died after an unknown attacker stabbed him, which is insane. He got poked, man. Bob Lee, the former chief technology officer of Square and creator of Cash App, has died following a stabbing in San Francisco in the early hours of Tuesday, April 4th, local time. It says Bill Barheit, I don't know how to say that name, the CEO of crypto wallet company Abra, tweeted on April 5th that Bob Lee was killed in San Francisco earlier today, sharing a report from a local media outlet that reported on Lee's death but did not name him. He went and tweeted, "I just got devastating news that our friend Bob Lee was killed in San Francisco earlier today. Bob was a dad, the former CTO of Square, where he created Cash App, and CTO of Mobile Coin. He was a generous, decent human who didn't deserve to be killed." So RIP to that guy, because that's awful, man. Nobody deserves to go like that. Jack Dorsey also confirmed the death of Lee on the decentralized social media platform Nostr. "It's real, getting calls, heartbreaking." A screenshot of Dorsey's post reads, it says, "It's real, getting calls." Yeah, so it's right here. An April 4th notice from San Francisco Police Department explains officers attended to a report of a stabbing at approximately 2:35 a.m. local time, finding a 43-year-old adult male victim suffering from apparent stab wounds. Adding in quotations, says officers rendered aid and summoned medics to the scene. The victim was transported to a local hospital with life-threatening injuries. Despite efforts by first responders and medical personnel, the victim succumbed to his injuries. Former UFC fighter Jake Shields tweeted on April 5th regarding the killing of a good friend is one of the good neighborhoods of San Francisco. He later revealed it was Lee, saying he hoped it will at least bring attention to these problems, as he was extremely high profile. Man, that's sad. That's the guy right there. So super sad. RIP to him. Crazy times we live in. Anyways, all right, let's see if you guys have any questions in the chat quick just before I get on to Altcoin Daily's video. We're going to see what he has to say today. Guys, hit that like button. Appreciate you all. Still have one of those Mario looking tubes full of pogs. Duke Nukem, that's sick. Dude, that's sick. You probably get some good dough for that. Let's see. Yeah, the wife's pretty she's pretty good, Mr. Yeti. She's pretty good. She's feeling better, a little better anyways. Let's see. Ninja Kid said, check out the Coin Bureau's latest video, CBDC report recently released. All right, we can check that out. Why don't we watch this, and I will pull that up on the side as we watch this. All right, so this is Altcoin Daily. He has some big things that are happening today in crypto. This was yesterday. He posted 12 hours ago. So this is the there's some Pog news in here, but there's other stuff with Binance, and that whole Binance thing, by the way, was fake, if you guys didn't know. All right, anyways, let's get on to this, see what Altcoin Daily has to say. Appreciate him for this video. Go like and subscribe to him, and we'll see you guys in a few minutes. If you guys have any questions, just ask in the chat.
Yes, 5 big things are happening in crypto today, including with Ethereum, with Bitcoin, with Binance, with altcoins, and much more. Like always, let's jump in and quickly start with Bitcoin. CoinHub to install 1,000 new Bitcoin ATMs at gas stations amid crypto banking cutoff. And just for perspective, there are currently over 33,000 crypto ATMs operating globally today. And while banks are failing, we just got 1,000 more. Bitcoin ATM operator CoinHub is looking to help address the issue of crypto debanking by teaming up with more than 1,000 gas stations and store owners to install new crypto ATMs. And why gas stations? Well, partnering with gas stations and store owners allows CoinHub to place their ATMs in areas of high visibility and foot traffic, giving users an easy way to buy Bitcoin, and here's the key, with cash, and avoid the hassles associated with using their bank accounts or credit cards. So you can buy crypto and stay off the grid. For those that prefer more anonymity, the ability to insert cash and receive Bitcoin or one of 25 other cryptocurrencies instantly and securely is an ideal alternative to signing up for an account on an exchange like Coinbase.
I'm going to put a poll in the chat. I want to know if you guys have ever used a Bitcoin ATM, because I have not, but I've seen multiple actually on the way to Florida when we went down to visit Terra. There was there was a couple states that actually had them in the gas stations we stopped at. It was kind of neat, but let me know if you guys have used them. I'm interested to know.
And we're seeing decentralized protocols thrive today. Uniswap protocol volume higher than Coinbase for 2 months in a row. So for the second month in a row, decentralized exchange Uniswap beats Coinbase in trading volume, hitting $71.6 billion in March, 45% higher than Coinbase's volume. Uniswap had its best month since January 2022. So this tracks the last 12 months, and we can see Uniswap trading volume in dark blue for the DEXs dominates. And Coinbase is now realizing they better get some exposure to DeFi or risk being left behind. Coinbase Ventures joins liquid staking protocol Rocket Pool's Oracle DAO, meaning that this is a big win for those of you that hold RPL, Rocket Pool's token, because Coinbase Ventures has increased its involvement. Specifically, last Friday, the investment branch of one of the largest centralized exchanges by trading volume joined Rocket Pool's Oracle DAO, which is a group of permissioned special node operators that perform extra duties for the protocol. So how this affects you? This is a huge win for Ethereum because Rocket Pool assists in Ethereum staking on the main chain. And as such, Coinbase Ventures will now receive a share of the 15% of the total RPL inflation produced at each rewards period. And as...
All right, hold on one second. So in the chat, we actually had a couple of questions. So looking at that poll I just put up, right, we have, as far as, like as of right now, we have 28 votes, okay? 11% of you said you've used a Bitcoin ATM. How does it work? I'm interested to know. Like someone had a question, said, wonder if you have to KYC to use the Bitcoin ATM. I have no idea. I've never used it. I don't understand how it works. Does it have anything to do with fiat? Like, can you like use your regular debit card if you wanted to as like, you know, take money out, whatever, or is it strictly only crypto? Because I have absolutely no idea. Let me know in the chat. It'd be interesting. 30% fees. One time I wanted to, but it was a hefty fee. Yeah, I can imagine. I'm just kind of curious on how it works. Like, does it print you out a piece of paper, like a paper wallet? Like how do you get the Bitcoin? And do you just like put in your address, like friggin' sit there and type in a 80 keys to get your address in? It's not that long, but you know what I mean. It's just funny. All right, let's get back to it.
Coinbase works to support Ethereum staking.
Oh, it does print you a paper wallet. Interesting.
Staking. Polkadot making moves of its own. Polkadot registers trademark for blockchain communication platform. So they have filed a trademark for a blockchain-based messaging app, maybe like a Signal or a WhatsApp or a communication tool. The phrase Polkadot Converse has been trademarked, with additional information on the app being added in the goods and services section of the filing. So specifically, what does this trademark cover? The trademark covers software for social networking, software for creating, software for sending and receiving electronic messages, as well as graphics, images, and audio content. So like...
Real quick, Patrick Murphy said, can you hang it on the wall? Asking for an Elizabeth Warren. Yes, you can hang the paper wallet on the wall. That's a very valid point, Patrick Murphy.
A decentralized social media, like a decentralized WhatsApp. And remember, despite several attempts from the likes of Steemit, Tether's Keat, and most recently Nostr, social media has never really hit it off within the Web3 industry. Would you use a Polkadot-based social media / messaging service? Comment down below. And before we get to this Binance FUD, if you're wondering why Gala Games is trending, Huobi and Gala Games to give $50 million to victims of P-Gala scheme. So the firms will compensate the scheme's victims while fighting for millions in damages from the cross-chain bridge that covered up the token printing scheme. Just as a reminder on what exactly is happening, this announcement comes 5 months after a bad actor minted $1 billion worth of P-Gala, a wrapped version of Gala that trades on BNB chain, and offloaded the tokens on decentralized exchanges, including PancakeSwap, plunging the price of Gala 94%. And here's what was crazy at the time. P-Network, the Gala Games cross-chain interoperability bridge, said at the time that it coordinated a white hat attack on itself to prevent bad actors from getting away with users' money. So they claimed the hack was innocent, it was a white hat hack against themselves, yet users lost money, and a month ago, Gala Games filed a lawsuit seeking $27.7 million in damages and compensation from P-Network. Either way, they didn't want the users, the victims of this incident, to wait, so Gala Games and Huobi is compensating them in tokens and in nodes.
That's kind of cool,
themselves. And an update on this Binance news. Breaking. Binance CEO CZ discredits rumors of Interpol Red Notice citing Photoshop. So this was huge news yesterday, leaving many Binance...
Oh yeah, the fear of him being like, what, arrested or whatever it was?
Users afraid. All from this tweet from Colby right here. An encrypted message from Twitter user Colby read, Interpol Red Notice for CZ. Colby is a renowned Twitter user with a massive following, which explains the loud chatter around this post. And this message was tweeted in a sequence of letters and numbers, encrypted, using the SHA-256 hash function. Now some are blaming Colby for fake news, others are saying that Colby was tricked as well. I needed 5 minutes of search to understand that the CZ Interpol picture is fake. The FUD against Binance is engineered on purpose, and Colby had nothing to do with it. They want your Bitcoin, don't panic sell it to them until 1 mil. So always double check.
DJ, tell me you're kidding. You know what pogs are. Come on,
check,
man.
Follow sources that put out accurate information, and as I get more updates, I will keep you updated. Now,
did any of you guys panic sell your like off Binance or anything? Just let me know in the chat. Be interesting.
Why is Ethereum going up? Well, we know that Ethereum jumps to its highest price in 8 months.
Oh, real quick. Also, RC just said in the chat, he said, of course, Gala compensated them in tokens. They are creating new tokens out of thin air daily via Gala and new games they release. He said they pay 0.1 tokens for playing a game and sell you game NFTs for 500,000 tokens. What? Jesus. Insane.
8 months ahead of highly anticipated network upgrade. That is the Shanghai upgrade, as discussed in our best 5
That's
cryptos for April video.
7 days.
But maybe even a bigger piece of news for Ethereum. Satellite orbiting Earth participates in the Ethereum KZG ceremony. So what is this ceremony? The Ethereum KZG ceremony, which aims to provide a cryptographic foundation for Ethereum scaling, has already had over 83,000 contributions of randomness from users all over the world. Now it's received...
Hold on. I have to give shit to DJ right now. What do you mean you don't know what pogs are? Bro. Seriously? You give me shit for not knowing what frickin' those games CSGO is or whatever? All those video games you guys play. You don't know what Pogs are? Pogs are like the biggest thing. Like, I think it was like in the 90s, right? They were friggin' huge. Everybody had Pogs. That's crazy. It's like it was like it was like the NFT toy of like back in the day. That's pretty much what it was. It was like a little cardboard circle with pictures on it. And they had like slammers. They were like big like plastic ones that you just like pop them out. I don't even know how you'd play, but they were cool looking, right?
Receiving a contributor from outer space, meaning the Ethereum network is now being supported from space. CryptoSat, a blockchain-powered satellite orbiting Earth, announced its contribution of entropy from space on April 4th. And now this does mean that the Ethereum network is now that much stronger. According to the announcement from CryptoSat, the satellite orbits Earth every 90 minutes, following a remote course 550 kilometers above the ground, which makes it difficult for outside actors to gain access during the KZG contribution. Ethereum is feeling strong. And in the latest piece of Solana news...
Here we go. Now they're talking about the Pogs thing, right? So this is what Pogs look like, if you guys didn't know. Anybody that doesn't know. These are Pogs. Yeah, these were before Pokemon cards and stuff, right? Like Pogs were the shit back in the day. Look, they even have new ones. 90s game Pogs. They have friggin' Pokemon on them. But yeah, these were like the, I don't know, they were kind of like collecting cards. They were just these freaking circles of cardboard with pictures on them. It was crazy. Like people were like literally die hard over Pogs. Insane. But when I heard the news, I was like, ooh, that's kind of interesting.
Another project is migrating from Solana onto Ethereum. Remember Pogs? They're back in Ethereum NFT form. The 1990s Milk Caps game is launching Ethereum NFTs this week, and the Solana community is shook. Pogs first entered Web3 about a year ago, first launching on the Solana blockchain, but this week, Pogs will make the jump over to Ethereum with a new NFT mint that corresponds with the debut of an online version of the game. And in a direct quote from the Pogs NFT founder, he says, "Now that we're going to Ethereum, it does feel like we're kind of stepping up to the major leagues," citing increased trading volume and liquidity compared to the Solana NFT space. Be sure to click subscribe.
Interesting, guys. Shout out to Altcoin Daily for that video. All right, we had another one, Coin Bureau. This is the one that somebody in the chat just asked me to look at. So let me I started watching it and I stopped it. So let's watch this. I'll put this in the description as well. If you guys are interested, this is Coin Bureau. So go like and subscribe to him. Let's see what he has to say about CBDCs, and then we will move on with our day because I have a few things I got to do and my kids are up there fending for themselves right now. All right, let's do it. Let's see what maybe not. Maybe it's not gonna play. Give me 1 second. Let's see. We gotta keep this thing real shitty quality. That's what we need.
As governments around the world rush to roll out their...
Nope. All right. Looks. Oh, this is 17 minutes long. Yeah, I lied. We're not gonna watch this. We're not gonna watch that. Sorry, guys. I don't have time for it, unfortunately. I would like to. I don't think it's gonna work anyways. You know, if it starts to play and it starts good, then we can watch it, but we could talk during it if you'd like. Hold on 1 second. Let me see if it'll play.
As governments around the world rush to roll out their central bank digital currencies, or CBDCs, their dystopian characteristics are causing many individuals and institutions to push back. Now, believe it or not, but some of the pushback against CBDCs has come from governments themselves. Their primary concern is that CBDCs could destabilize the entire financial system and cause it to collapse. So today, I'm going to summarize a...
Oh, yeah. Let me try to up the speed, and it's probably not going to work, though. Watch it not work now at all.
Recent study from the US government which warns of such an outcome. I'll explain what it says in simple terms and tell you why the real target of the report could be crypto.
Not investment advice.
The study I'll be summarizing today is titled, quote, "Digital Currency and Banking Sector Stability." It was written by the Office of Financial Research, or OFR, and it was published on the 22nd of March. I'll leave a link to the full study in the description if you're interested, but I will caution that it's quite technical. Now, before I unpack the study, I want to give you a bit of background about the organization that put it together. The OFR's purpose is threefold. to collect and standardize economic data, to perform research using this data, and to provide regulatory recommendations based on this research. The OFR reports to the US Department of the Treasury, which basically manages the money of the US government. To be exact, the director of the OFR reports to the Treasury Secretary. Right now, that's Janet Yellen, who is also the head of the Financial Stability Oversight Council, or FSOC. For context, the FSOC is a government agency consisting of members from the main financial regulators in the US. The FSOC and the OFR were created by the Dodd-Frank Act, which was introduced following the 2008 financial crisis, and seems to have laid the groundwork for the current crypto crackdown. If you watched our first video about Fed Vice Chair Michael Barr, you'll know that he was one of the architects of the
I want that shirt. It says Crypto King. Looks like a Burger King logo. That's great.
Dodd-Frank, and happens to be extremely anti-crypto. You'll also know that Dodd-Frank created the position of Fed Vice Chair for Supervision, the one which Michael now coincidentally holds. If you watched our more recent video about Michael Barr, you'll know that he also appears to be one of the architects of the ongoing crypto crackdown in the USA. You'll also know that the FSOC has been actively discussing the cryptocurrency crackdown in recent weeks, and it seems that the OFR is involved. Now, the director of the OFR is currently James Martin. In the November 2022 speech, James specified that one of the OFR's focuses under his leadership would be the financial stability risks posed by cryptocurrency. As such, it's safe to assume that the OFR is involved in the USA's ongoing crypto crackdown. It's also safe to assume that the purpose of this crypto crackdown is to get rid of any crypto companies and projects which compete with the Fed's FedNow payment system. FedNow seems to be the first step towards a full-blown digital dollar, and it will be launched in July. Now, last July, the OFR published a study which found that a CBDC would add stability to the US banking sector. This is why it's strange that the OFR recently published this study claiming that CBDCs could destabilize the US banking sector. It's literally the exact opposite finding of their initial study. As always, though, the devil is in the detail. The first study specified that it was about CBDCs, whereas the second study specifies that it's about digital currencies, including cryptocurrency. As you'll soon see, it seems the OFR is arguing that the ability for people to opt out of banking using crypto is a risk. Now, the study begins with a brief introduction wherein the authors admit that digital currencies could become an alternative to physical currencies. They highlight the fact that digital currency developments are taking place both in the private sector, aka crypto, and in the public sector, aka central banks. They acknowledge that the stablecoins being built by crypto are not always that stable, and that the CBDCs being developed by central banks can increase the risk of bank runs. They note that the study will focus on the possibility that both types of digital currencies will integrate fully with the financial system. For the purposes of the study, the authors assume that these digital currencies will compete with bank deposits. And if you watched our recent video about the banking crisis, you'll know that banks make money by investing deposits in other assets, and they can be temporarily insolvent when the value of these assets go down. Naturally, the authors are concerned that the ability for depositors to quickly withdraw their money as a CBDC or stablecoin could lead to financial instability as banks are forced to sell assets at a loss to honor withdrawals. Newsflash, this is basically the cause of the current banking crisis in the United States.
100%.
What's interesting is that the authors predict that this outflow of deposits could be beneficial to asset prices. This makes sense given that many of the outflows from banks that we've seen so far have been invested into US government debt, aka US bonds, and some have been invested into alternative assets like gold and crypto. What's fascinating is that the authors also predict that the benefits of digital currencies to households could outweigh the financial stability risks. Obviously, they imply that this only applies when the digital currency in question was issued by the government and specify that stablecoins should be restricted. The authors then give an overview of existing literature about the subject. They reveal that all existing research about digital currencies focuses on how they could impact the financial system during good times and bad times. They believe that this study is the first to examine the effects of a full integration. Now, when it comes to their mathematical model, I must admit that most of it flew over my head, but there are a few parts that stood out to me. For starters, the model assumes that CBDCs and cryptocurrencies are equivalent. Not surprisingly, the model focuses on stablecoins that are backed by US bonds. For those who don't know, most of the stablecoins in circulation are backed by US bonds. This means that when you buy a stablecoin, you're effectively subsidizing the US government spending. Meanwhile, the stablecoin issuers make mad money from the interest rates on their reserves. This is why it's surprising that the model does not assume that stablecoins will earn interest, but does assume that CBDCs will earn interest. The model also assumes that each CBDC transaction will not be automatically taxed, which is something that governments have discussed extensively in their research. The model even makes some assumptions about how households invest their money, but that maths is way above my pay grade, I must admit. Following many more complex mathematical models and even more complex calibration, the authors finally break down the results. They analysed what would happen if the supply of digital currency in the economy increased from 18% to 26% for regular reasons, no crisis, no black swan, etc. The authors found that this small increase in digital currency supply would make the financial system less stable and therefore increase the probability of a financial crisis. It would also cause the value of bank stocks to fall, which makes sense given that banks make money from investing customer deposits. The authors also found that this small increase in digital currency supply would provide a slight benefit to households. This is due to the aforementioned increase in asset prices that would result from such digital currency issuance, and also lower levels of asset price volatility due to all the extra liquidity.
Oh my God, I'm talking to myself here. Sorry, I muted my mic because my kid showed up. This guy's wicked smart. It's crazy. I didn't know a lot of this, so I'm gonna rewatch this again at some point. But Dakota Miner in the chat said, "Don't buy stable coins to keep the government afloat." I thought it was just pegged to the US dollar. I didn't know that it had the everything he just talked about in the beginning. So I'm gonna have to rewatch this again because I kind of walked out a few times. So let's just continue this, see how it goes.
The authors then showcase the risks to the financial system and benefits to households using two graphs. As you can see, keeping the supply of digital currency close to 18% would minimize risks and maximize benefits. This ties into the next section about the optimal level of digital currency supply. As hinted by the graphs, the less digital currency there is in circulation, the lower the risks are to financial stability. Conversely, the higher the digital currency there is in circulation, the more benefits there are to households. What's annoying is that the authors don't say what the ideal percentage is. They explain that this is because it's not up to them to balance the risks and benefits of digital currencies. That's presumably up to politicians. However, they do make an epic assertion. CBDCs are a bigger threat to financial stability than stablecoins. This is the opposite of what you tend to hear these days. They explain that this is because CBDCs are more analogous to bank deposits than stablecoins. This makes sense when you remember that the model assumed that CBDCs would earn interest, whereas stablecoins would not. Holding a CBDC would be the logical choice if that ends up being the case. The thing is that existing literature about CBDCs, well, at least not the central bank reports we've summarized, does not assume that they will earn interest. In fact, this literature suggests that CBDCs will actively lose value due to the taxes included in every transaction.
Oh, great.
You'll recall the authors referred to this. What's crazy is that even though CBDCs don't earn interest, are taxed on every transaction, and are unlikely to be adopted, research still suggests that they will pose a threat to financial stability. This is because central bankers seem to be under the impression that everyone will see CBDCs as the safest asset ever. What's funny is that projections by the Bank for International Settlements, or BIS, the literal bank for central banks, suggest that only between 4 and 12% of people will voluntarily adopt CBDCs. You'll know this if you watched our first video about CBDCs. That will be down in the description. It's a really good watch, even if I do say so myself. Anyways, the assumption by the authors that CBDCs will pose significant financial stability risks seems to be a way to justify limiting the supply of stablecoins. This is because they state, quote, optimal regulation would limit the supply of digital currencies, when the only risk is coming from CBDCs. Now, this relates to the conclusion of the study, wherein the authors spell it out plain and simple. If digital currency truly becomes a part of the economy, it will benefit households by a whopping 3% and double the risk to the financial system by an equally whopping 6%, up from the 3% baseline. Rookie numbers. Jokes aside, the authors also highlight the scapegoat they created in the discussion. Quote, digital currency, whether privately or publicly issued, is likely to be detrimental to financial stability, and bank valuations can be significantly harmed, despite these harms coming from CBDCs, as per their own admission. So, this brings me to the big question, and that's what this study means for cryptocurrency. In contrast to the stated conclusion, the study suggests that stablecoins are a preferable alternative to CBDCs. That said, neither of the two are preferable if you want financial freedom in a digital currency system. I've said it before, and I'll say it again. The true definition of financial freedom is the ability to transact when you want, with whoever you want, and for however much you want.
From your cell phone.
This kind of financial freedom doesn't seem all that important, but it will be when stablecoins and CBDCs become more common. That's because stablecoins and CBDCs are both centrally controlled. This means that the issuers of these digital currencies will have the final say on all of your transactions, be they stablecoin issuers or central banks. In other words, it's ultimately the issuers of these digital currencies that own them, not you. We've already seen a few stories about stablecoin issuers freezing tokens associated with illicit activity. Although I haven't seen any stories about central banks doing the same with CBDCs, their own documentation states that they will have this ability and will use it whenever they feel it's justified. If you watched our recent video about a speech given by Fed Vice Chair Michael Barr, you'll know that one of the only differences between stablecoins and CBDCs is that stablecoins will provide slightly more privacy protection. This is because governments will need legal permission to access stablecoin data. Beside the fact that most governments will spy on stablecoin transactions regardless, most stablecoins exist on publicly viewable cryptocurrency blockchains. This means that anyone will be able to see every transaction, and the mandatory KYC at exchanges means it's easier to connect crypto wallets to identities. On that note, another one of the only differences between stablecoins and CBDCs is that a digital ID is required for CBDCs to work.
Real quick, RC in the chat said, I'm afraid of the day we get our tax refund in CBDC and we have 3 months to spend it before it expires. That'd be terrible. Yeah, absolutely. Just swap it right into Bitcoin. That would be my opinion.
This is why governments around the world are so focused on rolling out digital IDs. Well, they're about to find out that the voluntary adoption of digital ID isn't very high either. Even so, there's nothing stopping governments from requiring all stablecoin issuers to conduct KYC on all cryptocurrency wallets holding their tokens. It's quite possible that this requirement is coming, and some stablecoin issuers, such as Circle, have gone ahead and created their own digital IDs to this end. So, what's the solution then? Well, easy answer, actual cryptocurrencies. That is, digital currencies that are truly decentralized from top to bottom. Now, the list of cryptocurrencies which meet this criterion is very short, and none of them could be called a currency per se. Their prices are way too volatile. The good news is that this price volatility means you'll never see a government entity publishing a study about how the circulation of these cryptocurrencies needs to be limited because they compete with bank deposits. The bad news is that this price volatility means they can't be used as currencies. So,
that's a good point too. NerdBeast and UK Miners Club said you won't be able to swap anything or swap it for anything. They'll block it from being able to buy crypto. That would be very interesting. I don't know though. I don't know if they'd be able to do that. I don't know. That'd be kind of interesting.
What's needed then is a truly decentralized stablecoin that can be used as a currency. While there have been many attempts to develop such a currency, so far they have all collapsed. Proponents of CBDCs and centralized stablecoins alike have capitalized on these collapses to deter further development. The silver lining is that this isn't going to stop crypto companies and crypto projects from trying to develop a truly decentralized stablecoin of some kind. If done right, the profits will be unprecedented. This massive incentive will dare developers to try again and again, regardless of the risks and the regulations. With some luck, we will see a truly decentralized stablecoin developed before it's truly too late. And that is all for today's video, folks. So if you enjoyed it, smash that like button. To make sure you don't miss the next one, subscribe.
Appreciate Coin Bureau for that video, guys. Go check him out. I'll leave a link to this down in the description below as soon as this video is over. All right, let's do a little Q&A. But yeah, you guys made a couple good points there. I would just, yeah, Retro Mike said something about just adjusting your tax, you know, whatever, how much they take out of your paycheck or however you pay taxes. You would just adjust that so you don't have to get a refund, right? So you'd have to pay them, essentially. That would probably be the best way to do it, at least in my opinion. But yeah, anyways, all right, let's see what else do we got in the chat. So NerdBeast just said, you are assuming buying BTC will be allowed to purchase with the dollar, the digital dollar. Some will go for guns and other things like government does not like. Yeah, that makes sense too. I mean, yeah, just put it into whatever you can at that point. If you have, why, I want to know why RC said you only have 3 months to sell it. Did they say that in that? I might have missed it. but I'm wondering if that was said. And if it was, then that's kind of interesting. Day 2 of water instead of Red Bull. What's going on here, man? I haven't had Red Bull in like 2 weeks. I drank enough on vacation for like a month. I drank too much Red Bull. That was the problem. So now it's water and coffee, like a lot of coffee. Trying to flush out the kidneys, you know what I mean? All right. Let's see. They said they can limit the spend window for CBDC. I got you. I missed it. I'm gonna have to re-listen to that because I was interrupted like 3 times. Spend it or lose it. Man, that would suck. That would suck. That's crazy though. The amount of rules they're coming up with. I don't know. I mean, I understand we're gonna need some sort of regulation. I don't know if CBDCs are the way to go, but there's ups and downs to it, right? It's 2 sides to every coin, so I'm just gonna see what comes and just have to roll with it. That's pretty much all we can do. But overall, guys, the market looks great today. Hopefully everything holds. I'm not sure what's gonna happen with Ethereum. I'm still like on the fence, man. I'm still on the fence. Do you guys think that it's going to continue to pump? I mean, right now it's at $1,900. Do you think it's going to continue to pump up through the Shanghai upgrade and continue? Or do you guys think it's going to get there, like buy the rumor and then sell the news type deal? You sell it after the you know, unstaking happens. I'm wondering if we're going to see a drop. I feel like we're going to. Hang on to your hats, Boinker. Oh yeah, social credit score is coming with CBDC too. China, here we go, baby. Or here we come, baby. He said, like merge dump. Yeah, you think so? I'm like on the fence. I don't know if it's going to be a good thing for ETH or a bad thing. I'm assuming this is going to be a good thing. But at the same time, I don't know if people are going to buy in, and then, you know, some people are going to want to take profits when they can unstake. That's kind of where I'm at. That's what I'm thinking. Anyways, guys, hit that like button, please. 77 here, 44 likes. You guys are awesome. At least get it to 50. That'd be great. I'd appreciate you. All right, let's see. 2 questions. Have you had any experience with Exhaust AC Infinity? I have not, Renato. I use who did I use? I don't remember. I have a store though. I have an Amazon store where you can see everything I used in my grow tent. I think it's in the description below if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, I have everything laid out for what I use for my grow tent. AC Infinity personally I haven't used. Have you used 14 watt per meter Kelvin? Is that what that is? Thermal paste? I don't know. Thermal paste I used. I've used the MK2. Is that what it is? The silver MK2. And then the Gorilla. What is it? What's the other one? Is it Gorilla? No, what the hell is it? Hold on. Give me 1 second. Let me look. Now I gotta look. Why can't I think of the name? Thermal Grizzly, that's what it is. Why couldn't I think of that? Jeez. So I've used, let's see, MX4, this stuff right here. This MX4 I've used. I don't know what the watt per meter Kelvin is on that stuff though. And then the Thermal Grizzly. I like the Thermal Grizzly the best. This one right here. This is what I use personally. If you can see that. But I buy like the big tube so I don't have to buy it for a while. It's like a freaking damn horse syringe. But yeah, this I've used and this I've used. And they both seem to be pretty good. As far as I can tell anyways. So hopefully that helps in the chat. Let's see. What else? What else do you got? Most ASICs only have 6 to 8 MK paste. Gotcha. MX4 is good stuff. Yeah, I liked it. I have no issues with it. Daughter photobomb. Yeah, she's back there. She's back there just chilling. I have to get up to my son. He's passed out in his chair. He's literally just like chin back, just passed out. I'm like, all right, I'm just gonna leave him. He's fine. Let's see. I like TM30 because I can get it at Best Buy. Interesting. I've never used it. Noctua NH1. They have Noctua thermal paste. Oh, it's right here. Duh. NH1. I've never used it. That's kind of cool. Interesting. I've never used the Noctua thermal paste. I wonder if it's really good. I wonder. It'd be cool to kind of do a test of what is the best or not. What is that? H2. There's got to be crazy differences. Interesting. As far as thermal pads go, though, if you guys look at thermal pads, GPU Risers has a great watt per meter Kelvin on the thermal pads. I think it's 20. and they're really good pads. So personally, don't buy those G-Lid ones. They're like 12. Just get GP risers pads, man. They're so good, at least in my opinion. Have a good day, everyone. Just got to work. Max, have a good day, buddy. I gotta get out of here myself. Let's see. GP rise thermal pads are great, he said. Zapirate, absolutely. I use Thermal Grizzly. Me as well. Also said Zapirate. I like what I like. You cannot tell me what to do, said Nerd Beast. Oh, you guys are awesome. All right. Anyways, guys, use Misfit Mining as a coupon code in GP risers. I think it's one word. Or I think you get something. I don't know. You get something off, 10% or something, 5%. I don't know. I can't remember what it is. But anyways, you get something off. Use it. I think the code's down below as well. Anyways, guys, have a great day. I got to get out of here, unfortunately, but kids are up. Daddy duty calls. And today's afternoon stream, I'm not sure if it's going to exactly happen. My daughter's just chilling back there. I'm not sure if it's going to happen because I actually have to take my daughter to a doctor's appointment at 1 o'clock. So 2 o'clock stream, probably not going to happen. It's probably going to have to be like 3 or 4, but I will let you guys know. Veteran Miner is having a stream tonight, actually. If you guys aren't subscribed to Veteran Miner, I don't know if it's going to be on his channel or GP Risers. My daughter is just running around. Give me 1 second. Let me show you guys this. I'm going to put a link to the Veteran Miner in the chat. If you guys are interested, go check him out. I think he's going to be live streaming tonight. He also sells some awesome cables. He's a little weird, but he's a good guy. Just kidding. Love Veteran Miner. He's a good dude. All right, guys. Have a good day. Enjoy your day at work. Happy hump day. 2 more days till the weekend. I'll catch you guys later on this evening. Peace out.